Avatar: The Way of Water has been doing pretty good at the box office, and fans of the franchise are loving the movie. It's not anywhere near the $2 billion it needs to make in order to be considered successful, but it's made over $500 million so far. Yet, of course, woke critics seem mad that people are enjoying the movie, and now one of them has been mercilessly mocked online for accusing the film of cultural appropriation. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So, starting with this Daily Mail article, woke film critic is mocked for accusing Avatar: The Way of Water of cultural appropriation, claiming white actors are cosplaying people of color. We are truly living in a clown world, and this is what they have decided to criticize the movie over, not the actual content of the film. No, they're claiming now that white actors are cosplaying people of color, even though many of the actors in central roles in this film are people of color. So, it says a freelance film critic has been mercilessly mocked for accusing The Way of Water of cultural appropriation, claiming the director, James Cameron, only cast white actors to cosplay as aliens of color in the blockbuster hit. Now, this is where you can tell this person is a complete hack. The freelance film critic, Kathia Woods, who has contributed to BuzzFeed News and the Philadelphia Tribune, made the comments on Twitter. So we're talking about a BuzzFeed journalist, so instantly their opinions are completely invalid. But it is kind of funny to laugh at them because of how dumb they have made themselves seem. This person clearly knows nothing about Avatar, about the cast, and this is what they've decided to criticize the movie over. She said, at some point we've got to talk about the cultural appropriation of Avatar, and white actors are cosplaying as people of color. It's just a mess and so not necessary, and no amount of visual effects and CGI is gonna erase that. Bad lace fronts and dry synthetic braids, Jesus fix it. Now, first of all, they're talking about bad lace fronts and dry synthetic braids, so they're talking about the wigs. I didn't see this person talk about something like House of the Dragon, and those wigs were highly criticized and they were on people of color. But instead of, talking about the movie itself, they've decided to say white actors are cosplaying as people of color. Now, first of all, these people are blue. These are fictional characters. Blue fictional people. This is what she's getting mad at. They are aliens. So behind the scenes, it shouldn't matter who plays them. An actor's job is to act, so anyone can play these characters that, yes, have human characteristics, but they're 8-foot tall blue aliens, and the actual human characters aren't even really main characters anymore. But secondly, behind the scenes, there are people of color who are playing some of these characters. Neytiri's actress, Zoe Saldana, is a Black Latina actress, and she co-leads this franchise. It's like they didn't even know she co-led the first film, she's co-leading this film. It's like they don't know Avatar. They didn't take 5 seconds to look at the cast list. And this is something that Zoe has actually faced several times in her career, because she usually plays characters that are covered up. She played Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, she plays Neytiri in Avatar, so you don't actually see who she is. And many people have, accused movies she's been in of erasing people of color, even though she is a woman of color. It is just hilarious how these people don't actually do their research. And as this article points out, there are several people of different ethnicities in this movie, but of course it's not enough to this journalist, in quotes. As you can see, Zoe Saldana is among those starring, along with a Maori actor, Cliff Curtis, an African-American star, Laz Alonso, and Bailey Bass. So we are talking about several individuals who are helping lead this movie who are not just white people. Again, though, it's not enough to these individuals, and that's the problem with them. Nothing is ever enough for them. Even if you have a movie where you end up playing a blue 8-foot-tall character, they're still going to find something to complain about. But this person clearly didn't do her research. She knows nothing about Avatar, like I mentioned, and she has gotten absolutely obliterated on social media over it. She had actually privated her Twitter account for a short time, but she made it public again, probably because she figured out that that was going to cause even more backlash for her. But people are roasting her and her terrible opinion. James Cameron didn't even try to find native blue people to play these roles. It is hilarious. She's 100% right. We need real aliens to play aliens, no humans appropriating alien culture. She definitely didn't try her best to get her point out there, because a lot of people assume that she's talking about Maori culture and that they didn't pick enough Maori actors to play these characters, but they did pick a few, and you know, they clearly put in the effort and just said anyone can play these characters, but they did cast several individuals to play those specific roles. She didn't really get her point across that well, and that's the problem with journalists now, is that they put in the least amount of effort possible and think that they are always right, even though they're not, and they can't actually tell their audience what they're really thinking because they're so bad at their job. Only 9-foot-tall blue aliens can play 9-foot-tall blue aliens in movies, apparently. I mean, it is hilarious, and she's getting completely roasted over it. And like I mentioned, she deserves to. She put out this tweet, then she decided to try to hide, and now she isn't hiding the tweet, but she's just kind of like mocking anybody who is criticizing her. People like this can't take criticism at all. She can't accept that she was wrong and her opinion here is wrong and there's evidence to prove that she is wrong. But as I mentioned, people are loving Avatar right now. The critic score is a little bit lower. It's at a 78%, but the audience score is a 93. People are really enjoying this film, and if you are a journalist who wants to criticize a movie, then criticize the movie. Not try to create a controversy because you want it ruined, you want people to boycott it and just overall hate it. But I don't think that's going to stop anyone from going to see Avatar: Way of the Water. It's doing pretty good right now. Again, I don't think that it's going to hit the 2 billion that they expect or that they wanted it to, but it's doing decent, and as you can see, this woke film critic has gotten ruthlessly mocked online for claiming cultural appropriation with this film. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.